5 years ago. And even though it was very, very difficult for me to actually become interested in this product, this company, because I hear so many things, I decided after Jonathan talked to me for about 6 months, he actually talked to me 5 years before then, but it took him about 6 months to get me to try this product. My wife and I were at that time, it was very, very, my wife and I was on a different program, and I was taking these vitamins for about 3 years and never felt any results from it. But I was paying over $160 something for vitamins that basically didn't work. So when Jonathan introduced me to these micronutrients and introduced me to Prasad, I basically gave him a listening ear, but I didn't believe it. But after taking these products for about 2 months, actually less than that, I actually called him back within a few weeks. But in 2 months, I realized that I finally found something that actually promised less than it actually did. And once I started taking these products and going back to the gym, walking 3 miles every other day, I knew that I had finally come across a real deal. Now, today we're going to talk a little bit about something that we already know, that if your heart is not operating properly, you're going to have some problems. I've been a paramedic for about 28 years. And in that 25 year career with the fire department and my 3 years with being a paramedic, and I teach CPR, the one thing I notice about people is by the time they really start doing anything about the heart, it's usually too late. Well, today you're going to learn about something that micronutrients can do that can give the heart a fighting chance to grow back healthy and actually become something that you'll have unbelievable results in your quality of life. So I want to bring my friend that I think he kept up with me. He didn't give up on me. And as a result, I became an affiliate with this company because I enjoy helping people to become healthy. Jonathan, before I have you on, I have to tell you this. Lately, especially with the new product, the Hydro, my calls have been inundated with things that actually, if I didn't see it, I wouldn't believe it. Denise McClure is one of the people. Denise's husband is doing some crazy stuff. I think he's over 80, but every time she turned around, he's on the floor doing push-ups. And this was a man that was just sitting in the chair, just looking for months. And people are asking what in the world happened to him. So when I see Denise, and Denise has been, by the way, all smiles since that husband been doing push-ups. I'm not going to ask her why she's smiling. I'm just going to say she's been a lot of smiles. So Jonathan, please help us to appreciate how micronutrients affect. And look at that. She adjusted the camera to make sure you see her face. So Jonathan, help us appreciate how micronutrients can help the heart to become even healthier. You have the show.
That's wonderful. Good to hear, Bernard. And I'm with you. I've been hearing all kinds of sometimes unbelievable stories from folks who started adding micronutrients to their diet and ended up with some results that they weren't expecting, things that they were not really looking to happen. And I'm sure that Denise, her husband, is no less, any different than anyone else. But, that's a family there that's seeing that it's possible to add just micronutrients to your diet. And that's kind of what our focus is going to be on today is, as you can see, the theme is living with a healthy heart. And we always have to try to make sure that folks understand that while we're talking about specific things that the heart can do, you look at the pictures there, and I really want to emphasize what you see is people making healthy choices. You see people doing things that's making a difference in how they feel. The one woman there, she's eating what it looks like just some healthy foods, and the family there just enjoying some stress-free relaxation and quality time together. So that having been said, understand that when we do share testimonials and the information that we're sharing today has not been evaluated by the FDA. This is for information and educational purposes only. Testimonials are purely anecdotal. Results are atypical. What happens to one person may or may not happen to you. So Denise's husband is doing push-ups and things that he may not have done for some time, but it may not happen to everybody. And that's why we say in our disclaimer here that what happens to one person may or may not happen to you. So understand that Engage is making no claims that microdaily will treat or cure any disease. So I'm just going to really touch on some aspects of what micronutrients do and share some of the research on the subject. And maybe we'll hear, one or two testimonials from individuals. We've got some recordings of some stories that folks have shared with us. We're going to play one or two of those. Bernard is a co-host, and Jeff Ashby is a co-host. Jeff, by the way, do you happen to have maybe part of Jackie Gray's story that we can share? Because that might be a real good one to lay the foundation for this discussion, because Jackie was one of the first persons that on camera said to us that her doctor said, it looks like your heart is healing itself. And that's kind of amazing, when that just doesn't happen every day in life. So do you have that by chance, Jeff?
Absolutely. Most definitely. Ready to go with it when you're ready for it.
I think now would be a good time. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the share, or you can take it over and just go ahead and let's hear from Jackie Gray. Thank you.
You bet.
My name is Jacqueline Gray, and I was introduced to micronutrients about a year ago. And my husband and I, we decided to take a look at it and do some research on it prior to even taking the pills. However, during that particular time, especially at work, I was under a lot of stress, and my blood pressure was uncontrolled, unbeknownst to me. And I had to go in the hospital because I couldn't breathe. I knew prior to why I couldn't breathe, because basically I was in the hospital in 2017 with the same condition, but it was a little worse in 2000. No, it actually got worse in last March, when I was in a hospital. I had to be hospitalized for it. The doctor came in and said that my injection fraction was 29%, which was not good. And then when we did our follow-up visit, my husband and I with the doctor, he said to us that it wasn't, good. That was not a good place to be in. So we sought out a second opinion, and from the second opinion, the doctor told us that what I had could be reversed. However, he thought it to be a mitral valve prolapse. The mitral valve prolapse, he said, if it was severe, I would have had to have open heart surgery. But if it was not severe, then medications would control it. Being introduced to micronutrients, we decided that we would try that along with the regimen that I was on. And I would say a month later, because I had to go to the doctor every month at this point. A month later, when he did the ultrasound on my heart, he said that, no, I'm sorry. He did the CTA, which is a CAT scan of the heart, so he can get a really good look at what was going on with my heart. He said that the heart looked like it had started to repair itself and that I did not need surgery. So that was the first good news. The second good news came the following month, when he said that now my heart looks like it was into full repair, whereas the first doctor said that the injection fraction would never repair itself, it would never reverse, it would only get worse, and I would have to only control it. But now with this doctor and with taking micronutrients, that's the only thing I can liken it to, because that's what changed in my life when I started taking that. the micronutrients, the heart actually repaired itself and the mitral valve actually repaired itself. So the ejection fraction went from 25% now to 49%, which the doctor was telling my husband and I was technically unheard of. Basically, he was shocked, and so were we, that my heart actually repaired itself. My sister, unfortunately, had a similar heart condition to mine, and she passed away December 3rd from the condition. And this was after I had told her about taking the micronutrients, but she didn't take it. And I did. And I'm still here to tell the story. So I'm extremely happy about that.
We're happy about that also. And you mentioned this was congestive heart failure?
Yes. Yes. So it's a form of congestive heart failure. The doctor said that there are many, what people don't realize is there are many forms of congestive heart failure. My particular congestive heart failure came from uncontrolled high blood pressure and then my mitral valve backing up into my lungs. It was one of them where the flap would open and then close. It was fine. But when the flap opened, one of the flaps opened, the blood went back in. It was like backing up into the heart and then overflowing into my lungs. So he said that was because the heart was stressed from the amount of pressure that was being put on it because of the high blood pressure. So yes, that was a form of congestive heart failure.
Have you been able to get? Okay, that's good, Jeff. Thank you. That really tells the story, folks, and it says quite a bit. And again, we're not making any claims, and we have to kind of make sure that everyone understands this, and that's why we repeat it so often, that testimonials are purely anecdotal. What happens to one person may or may not happen to you. But as you could see, and as you could hear, Jackie was, just sharing her story. I ran into her one day, and I happened to just see her showing someone what her diabetes numbers were, and I said, "Oh, what's going on?" And she said, "Oh, my fasting sugar levels was like 89, 90 this morning," and I was just, he's always checking up on me. This is another mutual friend, and I said, "Oh, well, what are you doing, to improve it?" She said, "Well, I'm taking micro daily." I said, "Oh, really? Tell me about it." And so that led to me saying, "Listen, can we have this conversation over Zoom and just you just kind of tell me what happened in your case?" And she just spelled out everything about it and told all those details that you just heard there. And she said she was completely fine with anyone and everyone hearing this story. So she's happy to pass it on because she believes that that's what made a big difference for her in her life. So thank you, Jeff, for capturing that and sharing that with us now. We look forward to hearing another one a little bit later on in our program. I'm just going to show a few slides that discuss micronutrients in general. Okay, so this is micronutrients. Some of it will connect, of course, to research that Dr. Prasad has done as well. But this just sort of will give us an idea as to, what mainstream medicine and what's out there I'm trying to hide some meeting controls here that's blocking my screen so I can't see what's in the research periodicals. And if you do go and dig it up, these are the kinds of things that you'll see. So I just told, artificial intelligence, give me some information about micronutrients, and pop, I got this list of different things. And this is all just stuff that we automatically know anyway. But really, a lot of the modern day information that we know about micronutrients comes from Dr. Linus Paulin. He was one of the first one that said that every disease is rooted in a vitamin and mineral deficiency. And now his colleagues laughed him off the stage back then until he won a Nobel Peace Prize for his research, and nobody was laughing then. But he mentioned that antioxidants were incredibly important. And Dr. Prasad said to us that the research of Dr. Linus Pauling is what really inspired him. It helped him to go in a particular direction. And he met him in connection to his receiving the Nobel Peace Prize. So he's given us the whole story about how that worked. But his research that included things like vitamin E and vitamin A demonstrated that these things help protect the heart from oxidative stress and the damage caused by free radicals. So this information that we keep hearing about oxidative stress and free radicals did not originate with Dr. Prasad. Everyone has known about this for a long time. They neutralize harmful components that do damage to the body, reduce inflammation, and promote overall heart health. And you can find that. There's a link down below if you want to go and see some of that information yourself. That's direct from the Linus Pauling Research Center. And Dr. Pauling also is well known for his research on vitamin C. So he targeted that one, showing how amazingly important that it is. Interesting that you see that there's a connection there, not just to the cardiovascular system, but to production of collagen. And we know a little something about collagen these days, don't we? We now know that Dr. Prasad has given us a new formulated product, specifically collagen peptides to help. So that already gives you a clue as to the number of micronutrients, the number of supplements that we have at our fingertips, at our disposal, that help us with good heart health. And then we can't have this discussion without talking about omega-3 fatty acids. Now, some of Dr. Prasad's research prior to this month, and this is before Dr. Prasad has formulated a new omega-3 that we're going to be hearing about later this month. In fact, Jeff can give us the details on it in a little bit after we show the next testimonial. Toward the end of our discussion, we'll tell you a little bit more about the omega that's going to be announced later in the month. But Dr. Prasad and his research that has been published shown that omega-3 fatty acids, you normally get that from fatty fish, flax seeds. Flax seed, by the way, is known to be beneficial with cancer. But they've been proven to reduce the risk of heart disease, lowering triglyceride levels, reducing blood pressure, and preventing the formation of blood clots. So again, just publicly available research information. So this is not something new. We're not sharing anything that is earth-shattering. Dr. Prasad's also done some research in connection with magnesium. And notice the statement that's made here. It's involved in over 300 enzymatic reactions in the body, including those related to heart health. Who knew that magnesium was more than just a good bowel movement, huh? Yeah, you get the right one. And it's not just any magnesium now. So you have to be very specific about them, because there's 3 or 4 different types. One of them in particular is very, very useful when it comes to helping to regulate blood pressure. So magnesium is important. And then, of course, potassium. Potassium, we normally think of potassium as it relates to, say, things like bananas, but avocados is the highest source of potassium. I think spinach was next on, sweet potatoes, I think, was next on the list. And then spinach was also on the list of things that were high in potassium. Essential for maintaining a healthy heart rhythm and blood pressure. It helps to counteract the effects of sodium, supports proper muscle function, and aids in the relaxation and contraction of blood vessels. So that salad looks like that's one of the healthiest things that you could possibly be putting in your body. And we could talk all day about the benefits of vitamin Bs. Now, B12 and B9 are ones that are just incredibly important as far as the central nervous system is concerned. But all of the Bs, as you can see, are crucial to the role of good cardiovascular health, because they help to regulate homocysteine levels and support red blood cell production, promote a healthy cardiovascular system. So the entire cardiovascular system is rooted and connected to the B vitamins. And we know already that the Dr. Prasad's formulas have several of the B's in it, and with a particular focus on B9 and B12. The methylated forms is even better. So the improved absorbability of the B's was taken into consideration with the methylated form of microdaily and with the EMF microdaily. So you can choose a lot of foods. So if you're real good at shopping and can go organic and as clean as you possibly can, eat as healthy as possible, eliminate harmful things from your diet, because there's certain meats, unfortunately. I'm a carnivore, by the way, so I'm not anti meat at all. I call myself a vegan once removed. If it ate vegetables, I'll eat it. But sorry, no, I'm just joking there. But if you're not the kind of person that can just choose all the best foods and all the right foods all the time, then you might want to start thinking in terms of a simpler way of being able to do that. Dr. Prasad, this is not the first time this conversation has come up when it's come to discussions about proper diet and eating healthy foods to fight disease. One of Dr. Prasad's many books is a book that he's written on fighting heart disease with vitamins and antioxidants. You can find that, but I think you can still find that one on Amazon as well. So you can go there and just search for it, and it's just loaded with his suggestions, his recommendations as far as that's concerned. And Dr. Prasad has one of his formulations has a patent that includes the words heart health. One of the patents on one of his formulas, the original military micronutrient formula, the title of the patent includes the words heart health. When I first sent the information to Dr. Nacuzzi called me up after doing his research, his homework on it. He says, I have to meet this man, Prasad. This man has done a lot of, given a lot of focus on the brain and a lot of attention to the heart. And I want to know what he was thinking, and we have to have a conversation. So that led to me going on a quest to get Dr. Nacuzzi and Dr. Prasad in the same airspace. And what an interesting conversation that turned out to be. And here's a snapshot of many of the books that Dr. Prasad has written. And once again, you'll notice on that list there, he fixated quite a bit on micronutrients and mixed in with his book on fighting heart disease. There's a book on fighting cancer, fighting Alzheimer's, fighting diabetes, fighting Parkinson's and Huntington's disease. And, the list just goes on and on and on. So right now he's working on a new book that he's releasing on diabetes as well. So that's coming up pretty soon. But here's a snapshot of the products that Dr. Prasad has formulated. But we'll talk about that in just a second. Let's go ahead now and just share with you maybe one additional testimonial that we have that well demonstrates the power of adding micronutrients to your diet when it comes to a healthy heart. So, Jeff, why don't you set this one up for us? Tell us a little bit about this one, and then give us an idea. And I have one more that I'd like to share, and maybe someone that's on the meeting now may even have a story. In fact, we have Freddie that's with us now, and Freddie had an amazing story too. So go ahead and let's hear this one, and then we'll get Freddie to share her story.
Absolutely. Thanks, Jonathan, for having me on. And it's fun to let Jackie's story play out because she references so many things that were going on in her body, and how it feels when things aren't right with your heart. And so, yeah, I apologize for letting it go a little bit longer, but you'd referenced in preparation for today, Dr. Prasad and his relationship with Linus Pauling, the only holder of two of those prestigious awards. Because they don't hand out the type of recognition that Linus Pauling received just to anybody. When you have 2 Nobel Peace Prizes, you are somebody. We were out to Dr. Prasad's birthday dinner, and I've got to share this. His son, Dr. Prasad's son, who you'll get a chance to meet with us in Mexico, down in Cancun in September. He's going to be there with us. But during dinner with Dr. Prasad and his son for his birthday, his son held up this on his phone. This is actually a picture of Linus Pauling. Dr. Prasad, you can see their flanked on one side, and then Dr. Prasad's sweetheart, Judy. And this son is the son that was right there next to Dr. Prasad. And he was so proud. You know, like when you've always got pictures of important things on your phone, and he held that right up and says, I remember meeting Linus Pauling myself, because our whole
That's
family
incredible.
spent time with him. So I thought, you know what, that would be fitting right now to just make that connection.
That's incredible, Jeff.
Linus Pauling is. So, all right. Yeah, this next one, it just kind of took us all by surprise. We were down in Dallas, Texas at a hotel meeting that Catrice and Bruce Johnson had put on down there. And this was several years ago. I'm thinking almost 7 years ago at this point. And oh my goodness, she just opened up and talked about what was going on inside her daughter's body. And because she's a nurse herself, she speaks in a little bit of medical lingo as to truly what was going on. So here it is. This was just outside of Dallas, Texas.
For about a year now, I'm off my high blood pressure medicine, and I'm no longer pre-diabetic. I've been pre-diabetic for 10 years, and I'm no longer on any kind of medicine. Some of you may know my daughter. She's 11 years old. She's autistic. She's low verbal. Quick story. She's doing fabulous, by the way. She's riding horses right now. But she has Marfan syndrome. Marfan syndrome causes your aortic valve to expand. When that expands, you die because of growth spurts, especially in children. So in 2015, we had an echocardiogram done to see a baseline of where it was. They told us the results came back fine. Everything was normal. We go back 9 months later, the doctor's comparing the results. He comes into the room and he shakes my hand and he says, Pam, I am so sorry we misdiagnosed your daughter. They did not input her vital signs correctly when they did the echocardiogram. So the results, which had stretching of her aortic root, were for a woman 25 to 30 years old, not for a 10-year-old. So my daughter was living on borrowed time and I didn't even know it. The only difference that I had done with her was starting the microdaily in June of that year. The doctor showed me the results and you could see where on the aortic valve there was scar tissue, meaning that it had healed itself. And that was the only thing, other than by grace of God, that she was with us. So we started on some medicine and supposedly is going to stop the aortic root from stretching. But it's just a miracle what it does from the inside out. You were talking about how great you felt. I was feeling horrible because I was on all this medicine that I did not need to be on. And now that I'm off of it, I'm feeling freaking fantastic. I'm 50 years old and I've got more energy than I ever had. The results I'm seeing also with chemo.
I'll just cut it off there. She goes on and talks about the autism aspect of what changed, but today's presentation is on the heart, and wow, aortic valve changes. That's all we can say. Let the body balance itself with the nutrition, and miracles are possible.
And just, you know, and I think if everybody just tries to wrap their mind around this right now, we are just talking about the food that's missing from food. So when we use the expression micronutrients, the challenge here is to find the right ones, because you can't just go to the store and the list of micronutrients that I went over was just general research, just general information. And somebody can say, well, let me go buy some magnesium. Let me go buy some potassium. Let me go buy all these B vitamins. In fact, let me get a multivitamin, and all better, right? Wrong.
Nope.
Because the missing equation is Dr. Prasad, the man who traces all the way back to Linus Pauling and his own decades now of research, put together a specific formula that has been scientifically proven to have an impact. And again, it's just food. It's just nutrients that was taken out and put back in the body, and the heart knows what to do with it. The body knows what to do when it's got the right food in it. So that's powerful, Jeff. Just powerful. So let's see if we can get, we have a living, breathing person here on today who's going to share her story. There we go. All right. So Freddie, you shared some amazing results that you had by adding micro daily to your diet. Why don't you go ahead and just kind of, let everybody know what happened and how bad you were initially, what your problem was, what your diagnosis was, and when was the first time you noticed that, micronutrients made a difference for you?
Okay, well, I've been going back and forth to the doctor about a year because I wasn't feeling good, and I kept getting worse. And I got to the point where I couldn't hardly breathe. I'd go from the bed to the
When was this?
dining room chair. This was, this was a little over a year ago, just a little over a year ago.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. And I couldn't breathe. I kept going to the doctor. I'd have call 911. They'd come get me and take me. One guy when riding, he said, "You may possibly have congestive heart failure." But when I got to the hospital, of course, I kind of put that question out there. I didn't want to say that the driver said it. And so the doctor was like, "No, you don't have that." They were giving me certain tests and they couldn't find anything. So finally my daughter said, "Mom, you need to come to Atlanta." I did that. She set up an appointment with her doctor. She did an echocardiogram, which they had not done down here. And when she did that, she says, "The reason you can't breathe is because your injection rate is down to 43. I heard Jackie say hers had gotten down to 21. I don't know how she was walking around like that. Wow. Or 23. But she said it was down to 43 and I couldn't hardly breathe. I couldn't hardly do much. And so when I came home that day, I got immediately started looking on the internet for something that could help, because I knew that there were some nutrients or herbs and stuff like that out there that could help. Then I remembered that my friend Sharon Robinson had sent me some information about microdaily about a month before that. But check this out. I was too sick to look at it, right? I was too sick to look at what she sent me. I looked at it and I said, "I don't have time for this. I'm sick. I don't feel good." So, but then when I got back from the doctor, I started looking, and I remembered what she said, and I started looking at that, and I was like, wow, this is what I need. And I was listening to Dr. Prasad and all. So immediately I ordered it. Matter of fact, Jackie's story was the story that convinced me that I need to try this micro daily. So I ordered it. I had listened, and some people they were suggesting that you take more at the beginning, so I did. I ordered enough to take more. And within 7 days, now I think it happened sooner, but I'm going to say about 7 days because that's when I noticed it. My daughter asked me to walk 4 blocks to the dentist with her. And I told her, I said, well, I can't hardly breathe, but yeah, I'll do what I can. But then when I got dressed and noticed that I was breathing just fine, I walked those 4 blocks. As a matter of fact, I walked about 12 blocks that day. And I've been using them ever since. And that breathing problem that I had went away. Then when I got back home, I went to the doctor here, a cardiologist, and he did what's called a mugger test, which they count the infraction rate. And this was 2.5 months after taking Micro Daily. And like I said, I was taking quite a bit of it, but I wanted to see results. I wanted to see the results by the time I went to the doctor. He did the test and he slid the test across the table to me and he said, your injection rate is at 63. He said, there's nothing wrong with your heart. So my rate went from 40, I can't remember exactly the numbers now, it was 40 something, 43, 45, something like that, to 63 in 2.5 months. And no medications. I was on no medications. I'm still on no medications, except for I take Micro Daily. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Wow. Wow. We're out of breath just listening to it. And thank you very much for being willing to share your story, Freddie. That's remarkable. And if we did not know that you were, a person of integrity, it'd be hard to swallow that one. But, again, we say to folks, testimonies are purely anecdotal. What happens to one person may not happen to you. Results are atypical. So Engage is making no claims that Micro Daily would treat or cure any disease. Freddie Ivory was just simply telling her personal story, that's what she believes, that micronutrients made a difference for her. And she was getting her micronutrients from Micro Daily, the very product that we're talking about there. So thank you again, Freddie, for sharing your story. So that kind of tells you something, folks. If you're wondering how to get the product, just get back with the person that invited you to this discussion. And this is what Dr. Prasad recommends. And as I mentioned, we were going to tell you a little bit about the Omega. There's going to be an announcement made in just another week or so about the new Omega-3 that Dr. Prasad has formulated. And you saw one of the slides indicated just how important Omega-3 fatty acids are to heart health. So Dr. Prasad now has isolated that. And I noticed when I saw the ingredients, the list of ingredients in his formula, that he put borage oil in, besides all the important other omegas with the right DHEs and things. He put borage oil in there. And the first time I heard of borage oil was back with Dr. Whitaker, Julian Whitaker. He had a newsletter that was going out all over the country. And the man wrote a newsletter that diabetic neuropathy could be, taken care of. And all the person had to do is add this, that, omegas, and borage oil. So I gave some to my mom. This is back 40 years ago or so. And my mother called me up screaming one day. She said she thought someone was attacking her in the house. But I had redone the house with some tile, took the carpet up and put tile down, and had given her some borage oil and other things. And she said she felt the cold floor for the first time. And she had forgotten what the sensation of cold was like. She said she thought something was attacking her. So she was running around the house screaming because she had all her feeling back in her legs again. Prior to that, now they took a sewing needle out of my mom's foot. She'd never felt it was in there. It was about that long. But all her feeling came back in her legs. But Dr. Prasad has added borage oil to his formulation. So you're getting all that in just one place. So make sure you look forward to that coming out this month. But if you want to target your heart, look at the screen right here and look at it very carefully. That's what you want to do. You want to make sure that you add these components to your diet. So we got a couple minutes that we can take a few of your questions. So if you've got a question or two that you want to ask right now, now is your opportunity. We have Jeff here also, that is our resident expert with Micro Daily, especially its history. So let's get that. So did I see Carolyn had a question? So Carolyn, I see it in the chat. Her question is, how much Micro Daily did Freddie take? So Freddie, how much Micro Daily were you taking?
At the beginning, I was taking at the very beginning, I was taking like 6 twice a day. Then the next month I went up to 9, 3 times a day. And I did that for about a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. Then I went back down to 6. And I did that for, I would say, months. I did that for months because I wanted to see
6 a day or 6
difference.
twice a day.
I did 6. First, I did 6 twice a day.
Then
I
9
did
twice
9
a day.
3 times. No, 9
3
3
times a
times
day.
a day.
Then you drop back down to 6. How often?
Twice a day.
Twice a day. Okay, you drop back down to 6 twice a day. Okay, gotcha.
So in 2.5 months, that was the changes. But I was taking quite a bit at first because I knew I was going to go back to the doctor. And I just wanted to see a change. I would have been happy with 50%, any type of improvement, but he gave me 63%. That was way more than I expected.
Yeah, he said there's no problems with your heart whatsoever. So that's beautiful. So that's the therapeutic dosage is what Freddie was taking, Carolyn. So thank you for your question. Barbara Green has a question.
Yes, I have been enjoying that about the heart, but I have a question about COVID. I cannot have the COVID shot because my body does not detox itself. So I'm on the hydro nutrients, I'm on micro daily, I'm on the probiotic boost, I'm on everything, with the packages. So I'm wondering, do they protect me from the COVID virus? Because I've been come in contact with a lot of people that has the virus, and I'm so afraid because I did not have the shot.
That's a very good question. And, by law, we can't claim anything is going to help when it comes to COVID. But we can tell you this, legally, we can say that your immune system is amazing. The immune system can address any viral activity. Anything that doesn't belong in your body, your immune system is capable of addressing it. But the immune system has to be empowered to do that. Once your immune system is empowered and is able to identify something foreign in the body, then the immune system will take T cells and NK killer cells and will eat them. It'll just consume them and get rid of them. And as you know, they've published information that there's pretty much nothing that has been stopping the transmission of the virus from one person to another, no matter what treatment a person took. Nothing stopped it from transmitting from one person to another. But the key is how the immune system responds to it. So we've seen folks who have been vaccinated that did fine, when they took added micronutrients to their diet. We've seen folks who were not, that added micronutrients to their diet, and they were able to recover from any type of viral infection that they received. So we can't tell you that microdaily or any other thing would have a direct impact on that, but we can say microdaily does have an impact on the immune system. Then your immune system knows what to do from there.
Okay, I have one final thing I want to say. I can really attest to the fact that my immune system must be built up. I came in contact with 3 people. 2 of them got COVID. 1 of them carried it, and I didn't get it. I've come in contact with the whole group of people. 45% of them got the COVID. I didn't. And I was in their company. So I'm not, like you say, I'm not saying it's altered, but evidently I'm thankful my immune system is built up because so far I've been protected because I cannot have that COVID, the COVID vaccine. So I'm thankful to Micro Daily and Dr. Prasad and all of you, Jonathan, Brother Dean, and everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
That's good to hear. And thank you for sharing that. That's wonderful. Kimberly has a question.
Yes. I have a friend that is on dialysis. So how can the nutrients help with that? Or is it possible that they can use that while on dialysis?
Dialysis is brutal. Your organ, an organ in your body, blood, is being taken out, cleaned, and put back in the body. So it's extremely, extremely stressful. Those who have been dialyzing have found that when they take micronutrients before and after, that the stress on their body is ameliorated to some degree. They don't have nearly the level of distress while they're going through the process. So they find that their vomiting reactions and other reactions while dialyzing is much, much less. They don't find themselves being as fatigued when they take it before and after. So it would be wise to add that to their diet. And in fact, some persons, I think Jeff shared a story with us once about a gentleman. It took him quite a while, but working in connection with their doctor, they slowly saw enough improvement where the doctor stopped giving them the type of blood cleansing treatment that they needed for a while, because the kidney started doing much better.
Okay, I was going to ask that question, if the kidney would kind of kick back in and start doing what it typically would do.
Officially, the answer is no, but it happened with this gentleman.
Okay.
He's urinating again. Had not had anything come out of that portion of his body for about 3 years. And
Wow.
He's
Wow.
he's urinating again. In fact, we had another individual just last week, a friend of ours, that I mean, it's not dealing directly with dialysis, but he'd because of diabetic complications had to sit to pee. He could not urinate standing up for the last 2 years, and
Wow.
he has stood in the last 3 days 8 times.
Wow, that is very encouraging, very encouraging. And also, which of the nutrients would be the best nutrients to give her in Dr. Prasad's group of nutrients?
Microdaily EMF, because of its ability to be mixed with water, you're getting more hydration in the body. My only concern about that is a lot of times individuals that are on dialysis are very controlled as to how much liquid they can consume. And so you're going to want to mix it stronger so that there isn't quite as much liquid to begin with. But we're really, it's such a crazy conundrum that we find ourselves in. Because as Jonathan mentioned, dialysis means taking all of the blood out, filtering it and putting it back in. And it's just like we're removing the kidney and liver functions from the body, and they don't want to clean any more than they need to. And so they say, don't drink any more than they do. And it's like, that's really what we need to do. We need to drink more. We need to give our organs the benefit of having hydration. So absolutely this and probiotic, those two, you definitely need a probiotic in there, because so much of the immune system is in fact, there's reports that 80% of the immune system is derived in the gut.
Okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys' time.
No, you're quite welcome. And thank you very much for your question. Joycelyn has a question.
Good afternoon, family. I'm glad the young lady brought that up. My friend was asking if he could take it with tea. He'd rather do the tea than do the water. He too is on dialysis. And he said, you can't drink so much water. And he'll do his after. He said because of that flushing that they do, he wants to do the micro after. So is it okay to do it with tea?
Absolutely.
That's how I do mine.
Okay.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's hot or cold?
No.
Okay.
Nope.
All right. Sound like a plan.
I still like to rip and tip. I just do it without water. But Dr. Prasad suggests that we
get some water to get it down in the gut.
Right. Okay, Jeff, it's not candy. Okay.
yeah. Grip, rip, and tip. Yes. In fact,
All right.
everybody wants to know that it can be done. And so we're going to do it just right here. Grip, rip, and tip. Mm.
I do mine like that too, Jeff. I love it.
Yeah, see, before you said that, Freddie, I was going to say you had to be a real man to do that. Go ahead, Alfreda. You have a question or a comment?
That reminds me of pixie sticks. When I was
Yes.
a kid.
Really
Yeah.
tart.
What? Yeah. I know
Really
it.
tart pixie sticks. Love
Yeah.
it though. I mean, it'll just absolutely wake you up. Sitting in front of
Yeah.
cameras like this, I get a lot of EMF, electromagnetic frequencies. And so I leave these right on my desk, open box. There should be a law against it. It's like an open container in your car. So it's just
That's
there
right.
ready to go.
No, it's pretty amazing. I have to tell you that. And let me tell you something. I still can't say enough about that brain boost. I take one or two of those things before presentations, man, and it just lights me right up. Got one more question here from Daryl. He says,
Hold on now. I didn't ask my question.
oh, I thought you were just chiming in. So go ahead.
Nope, I have a question.
Now,
So
we'll move on in a heartbeat. You know that.
yeah, so I have a friend, okay. Their daughter just had a replacement kidney, and the replacement kidney is failing. So they are planning on doing it again. But I was wondering if, they start with microdaily, could that maybe save them from doing another surgery? And then, I think she got the kidney from her mom.
Everybody nod your head all at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dr. Prasad said it could help with organ transplants because people used to think that the immune system would kick it out.
Right.
So Dr. Prasad said it could potentially help it to be assimilated better.
It's not potentially. We've seen it in multiple occasions. People actually being taken off the anti-rejection medications because their body is doing so well.
Okay, so I'm gonna need a 3-way call with that.
You
know our numbers.
With that, yeah. And then, man, I forgot my other question.
Oh, it'll come back.
Okay.
It'll come back, but
it's
I recommend Brain Boost. So
I'm gonna go.
She didn't take her brain boost today.
I did. I really didn't. I didn't. So I'm gonna go take it, and then I'll come back.
While you're thinking about it, Daryl has a question about, does it help people with stroke? Once again, we're not allowed to say that it will have any impact, on any specific disease, but we have seen 3 examples of individuals. Three examples of individuals who had serious issues, and now they no longer have the same issue, the damage that they had from their stroke. And Alfreda, you had
it's when you raise glutathione and it strengthens their immune system. It's definitely going to help with reversing and strengthening their body back to normal. And the sooner you can get it in their body, the better. The quicker it will happen.
We had an example of one person, her whole left side was gone. She got it in her within that week, and her whole left side came back. We have another example of a gentleman who, for 3 years, had no use of his left side or his right hand or left hand. And he took it within 45 minutes. He could grip a box. And we have another woman who, for 12 years it was, Jeff?
Yeah.
20 years? That had a stroke. She got benefit from it after taking it. So it appears as though when you put micronutrients in the body wants it and does everything it can to repair itself and get back to normal. So we're seeing that happen over and over and over again. One more question here about lupus. Lupus.
Yes.
Let me tell you something about lupus. Yeah. Lupus is an imbalance of T cells and B cells. And B cells are very, very high. And that's the reason why doctors will put a person on immunosuppressant drugs when they've got lupus. Microdaily, specifically because of N-acetylcysteine, raises glutathione, which promotes the monoclonal expansion of T cells. So it selectively modulates the immune system, making the T cells go up. When T cells go up, guess what? B cells automatically go down. So have you seen anyone specifically, Jeff, with lupus benefit?
I've got videos on it. We don't have time to go into it today, but absolutely. In fact, all autoimmune diseases are an imbalance, like you're talking about, and that's all we're doing is we're just balancing the body. I mean, that is not a legal term. I mean, we can legal medical term. And so we can use balance the body and correct micronutrient deficiencies all day, every day.
That's it.
And that's what we're doing.
That's it. Okay. So there it is. So now you got it, folks. As we said before, you get back, we invited you to this discussion, and they'll help you. What you want to do is you want to set up your own subscription. So you want to be a preferred customer. And let's just say you're looking at this $246.95 price tag, and that's just making you choke. Well, just choose the one that you want. Just go with the microdaily EMF. Now, the capsules is only like $80. The hydro that Jeff was just choking down like a pixie stick is what's the wholesale price on the
80? It's like $84.
$84 for the hydro. So if that's all you can do, just get going on that. And make sure that you add the probiotic boost to your subscription. But that gets you the wholesale price. And so the company really wants it to be within the reach of every person. But again, just whoever invited you, they can help you to get yourself set up with this. And take a snapshot of this calendar. This is the calendar of events that's coming up. And you'll notice that next week, we're talking about, is there a gut-brain connection? So Jeff is going to spearhead that discussion, and let me tell you something. He knows a little bit about that gut and the brain, and some of the testimonials that he's got. Oh my goodness, you do not want to miss that. So that's next week on the 23rd, and then we'll finish up the month drilling down on collagen. And we just showed you that collagen plays a role in heart health. We're going to break down exactly what collagen does in the body and why that's so important. So there's your screenshot about what's going to be taking place next week. So make sure that you're here for that, and then you can invite anyone that you care about. And because almost everyone's having gut problems right now. Jeff, are there any figures on how many people are having gut issues? You have any statistics on that besides everybody?
Yeah, it's just come next week. You're going to be absolutely amazed at how much of our life is impacted by there being an imbalance in our guts.
Wow.
So,
yeah, you don't want to miss that, folks. You do not want to miss next week. So I'm just going to encourage everybody to just make sure that you're here. And we're going to take a few minutes and have a discussion about the opportunities associated with Engage Global in just a few moments. So if you want to stick around for that, you're welcome to do so. But if you came just for the main part of our discussion, our discussion is now over officially. Thank you very much for joining us. Make sure that you're back here next week.
Good night.
Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Jonathan.
Let's go.
Okay.
Thanks,
Have a
Jonathan.
good night.
Thanks,
guys.
Jeff.
Thank you. Good night.
Have a wonderful day.
Thank you,
Thank you very,
guys.
very much for your time.
Let's
Both of you, Jonathan and Jeff.
go.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. Thank you so much for your support. Look how many people we can help. Let's just keep it going. And where is Bernard?
I'm here,
Back to
Jonathan.
work,
I'm
Bernard.
here.
Get back
All
to
right.
work.
Let's take about 2 minutes, get a transition going on. You know, we love to take 2 minutes and just people come on and tell what they enjoyed about tonight. This is your 30-second moment. 30 seconds. What did you enjoy about tonight's presentation? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. I want to hear from you. Nope. Nobody enjoyed anything? Go ahead, Barbara. Go ahead, Barbara.
Yes, I enjoyed everything. I have had heart conditions, just about everything everybody else have. I feel that I have a taste of it. So all of the information that was given, it was very helpful. And I am so thankful that I have the privilege to be a part of Micro Daily and the Micro Daily family.
This family is growing and it is absolutely magnificent. Thank you so much, Barbara. Dee, you have the platform for 30 seconds. Just unmute there, Dee, and you have it.
Okay, I really appreciated the information about the heart and about the stroke victims and how they have such an, amazing result from it, that somebody had 20 years and was able to, get back their youth. That's just was mind-boggling for me. But I also wanted to ask, I have a friend who has an eye condition where she's getting shots. Could she just take the eye boost, or would she need to also take the Micro Daily?
We have, do we have Jeff still on here? Hey, Jeff probably had to leave, but we always recommend, hold on. Who's about to speak? Alfreda. Oh, Alfreda is gone. Go ahead, Alfreda.
Yeah, if you take the Micro Daily is the basis. That's the hub, and that's what everybody should be on. And then the products like Brain Boost and Eye Boost, those, they work together. So yes, you're going to get a result if they take it by themselves. But if you want maximum results, they need to be on both.
Okay, I was thinking that. Thank you.
Good answer, Alfreda. Good answer. That's almost asking, you know what, in making that cake, do you really need sugar?
Okay.
All right, then. So
All
go
right,
ahead now. Make sure that
lot.
Micro Daily, everyone on here, make sure that foundation is there. Thank you, Frida. And
Okay,
finally,
thank
last
you.
comment, Anna. Anna, you have the virtual platform.
Well, thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, I enjoyed. I was invited, and I definitely get started with this regimen. And I know a lot of people that can use this. So, with that being said, when you go in for the subscription, can you also present to other people?
Absolutely. Get with the person that brought you. For those of you that are coming on for the first time, most people start out as being customers, because usually when you believe in something and people see you see it making improvements in your health, then wonderful things start happening. So a lot of people ask us, can they become an affiliate? Well, that's what tonight is about. You're going to hear a little bit about that, and whether you just want to pay for your products or just get something a little extra. Jonathan is going to be dealing with that tonight. So thank you for that question, Anna, and continue to enjoy the product. Well, tonight we're going to have a very quick opportunity presentation, because Jonathan did something the other week, and to me it was magnificent. The new presentation to me is awesome. So Jonathan, can anyone on here make a business out of this, and just how easy is it? You have the platform.
Thank you very much, Bernard. The long and short answer to that is absolutely yes. There's no question about it. I do want to do that again. I think it would be great if we take just 3 minutes here and take a look at a presentation, because Engage Global has done something to try to make this real easy for us to help people to appreciate the value of the enormity of the opportunity, the impact, the fullness of it, and how amazing it really is. So take a look at this video, folks. It's only 3 minutes.
Okay, we may have lost Jonathan for a minute. Just give him a second to come back around.
I could share it if we need to.
Go ahead, Jeff, if you can take it over.
All right. I believe this is the video that you wanted to share.
Yep, the one from last week.
Okay. Oh, here we go. He's coming. Seems pretty
and our vision of creating a first of its kind enhanced. At Engage, we're redefining and our mission to bring health and wellness to the world. Micronutrients and our vision of creating a first of its kind enhanced affiliate pay plan where 100% of our affiliates can win and make real money. Our affiliate plan rewards you for enrolling customers.
Jonathan,
Yeah,
you
see-
probably need to stop that and let just.
See if
Jeff
you can bring
run
it up, Jeff.
I got it. Let me just
Yeah,
soon
'cause
as
that,
you
that's just
stop
not, it's not
sharing.
playing, it's not playing right for some reason. So let's
Oh,
just
where
go ahead and bring it up on a different streaming system.
Got it. We go. One that works.
At Engage, we're redefining an entire industry. We're connecting our mission to bring health and wellness to the world with the world's most scientifically validated micronutrients and our vision of creating a first of its kind enhanced affiliate pay plan where 100% of our affiliates can win and make real money. Our affiliate plan rewards you for enrolling customers, and our team builder plan rewards you for building a team of affiliates. You can do one or both. It's up to you. And both reward you unlike any other pay plan in the world. This whole thing works thanks to our loyal monthly subscribers who find such great results. They stay with us for much longer than industry standard. Retention, 1 month average 94%, with some months at 100%. 3 month average 72%. 12-month average 60%. This plan works so well. 45% of Engage affiliates make money within 90 days or less, compared to many companies where only 2 to 3% ever make any money, and 70% make zero. Here's how you make money with our enhanced affiliate pay plan. We pay 100% commissions on all enrollment orders with a subscription. Next, we've taken the guesswork out of success with our predictable pay plan. Predictable pay with Engage means you get paid on all your customers or team volume. Orders translate to volume, and that is how you get paid here at Engage. No levels, no MLM limitations and gotchas. We really pay on infinite volume, and it is paid on all orders in your organization. Every month, it's predictable. Build a customer network, and in addition to the all of it bonus, you'll make 10 to 30% customer monthly commissions on each customer order, depending on your rank. If you like to build and work with a team, we reward you for that in a way no other company offers. Build a team, and you'll make predictable team builder monthly commissions of $150,000 to $45,000 based on your team volume. You can also earn double bonuses each time you rank advanced during our double bonus periods. Keep an eye out for our special double bonus periods so that you can amplify your income. Are you tired of looking for something real? Find your home at Engage. Real products, real money, real goodness and hope. Contact the person who shared this with you to get started.
Well, well, there you have it, folks. And you can't get much simpler than that. It's about as straightforward as you can get. And that's the reason why we try to share that video, because it's 3 minutes and it breaks it down. Did you get it? Did you see the simplicity of it? There's 3 different ways that a person can earn money with Engage Global. If you decide you want to build a team, and you're the kind of person that can find yourself a Bernard, or find yourself a Jeff, or find yourself an Alfreda, or find yourself a Freddie or a Barbara Green, those kinds of folks who want to be part of your team, then you can do that. And when you build that team, it's a very simple process. Everyone, you work independent of each other, but you work also as a collective, and it's a beautiful symbiotic relationship. But if you don't want to work as a team and you just want to get to build a customer base, that's fine. It really is fairly simple. And I've got folks in my organization who that's all they want to do is just build a customer base. And did you know that it doesn't take that many customers to alter your income. If you just want to get yourself, say, $500 per month, additional money per month, and some folks, that's all they really need, because the average person is pretty much around $500 to $600 a month away from bankruptcy, is one of the statistics that I've seen. But if that's all you want to do, all you have to do is just get yourself 2 customers every single month, just 2 customers a month, and then you could be making as much as $500 every month. And that's because of the all of it bonus. The all of it bonus, in fact, I'll just show you real quick here, if I can bring up this one screen just to illustrate it for you. See if we can bring this up on the screen for you. Folks like to see visuals. And there it is. Okay, here it comes. The average customer in Engage Global, based on the statistics and the way things are working right now, the average person spends about $190 per month. That's the average based on all the customers, some more, some less. But let's say you're falling within that average and you just want to make yourself $228 per month. Well, there it is. It only takes 6 customers to do that. But if you want to go a little further than that, it's $912 per month with 16 customers. So you can see there that somewhere in between is all it takes. So in other words, about 10 customers per month, and then your average your income would be about $500 per month. But if you're the kind of person that wants, to be a little bit more than that, well, then just get up to 32 customers. Your 32 customers will yield you about $1,800 per month. And the reason why this is just not impossible is because even while you're waiting to build up your income, you've got the all of it bonus right in front of you. The all of it bonus is $246.95 purchase, and most people, that's what they're buying right now. That's one of the biggest things that we have that the company is selling is this bundle. So the company just pays you the whole $246 per month. So you sell one of those, you get the $246 as part of your monthly earnings. That's why we can tell you that all it takes is 2, and you're right at the $500 a month right from the beginning. So your first 2 customers for the month, you've made yourself $500. And the all of it bonus, while you're building up your $228 a month residual, you've made $1,100. That's part of that all of it bonus that you've earned. Same thing with if you're going for 16 customers, you'll make yourself $3,000 along the way. And the same thing with going for 32 customers, you'll make $6,000 along the way. So that's a monthly, you just break that up monthly, and that's what you would have earned. So if you're looking at a real opportunity, looking for a real opportunity, you're in the right market. The trend is going in the right direction. We're with the right company. There's no question about it. And the compensation plan is just unparalleled. There's nothing like this in this industry. And as far as leadership is concerned, on this meeting alone, you've got several growth team members, several legacy team members, and you've got leaders that are making themselves available to do presentations like this and 3-way calls. There's no shortage of that. This is the June calendar that you're looking at here, but July calendar, I just showed you that earlier. It's filled with opportunities to take your clients to a presentation. And this is the current legacy team, and that's changing really, really soon. But look at the growth team. This is like the backbone of the entire company right here. These are all the people that are in position to give you support should you decide to do this business. And the last thing that I think is important for building a business or choosing an opportunity, deciding whether to jump in on an opportunity, is all about timing. So is this the right time? Not just the right time for you, but the right time in this industry. Well, it's Warren Buffett that made the statement that a great investment opportunity occurs. This is, by the way, one of the richest men in the world. He's given away half of his wealth already, given it away, and he's still worth what, somewhere around $90 billion. So this man says that a great investment opportunity occurs when a marvelous business encounters a one-time huge but solvable problem. We have a huge problem. Health and wellness is a big problem. And I personally believe that Engage Global offers a viable solution. It's a simple solution. It's not a complicated solution. You take a few capsules or you mix yourself a little bit of a powder, and that's what you get. You've got a solution. The body changes. Who has ever seen a combination of micronutrients where anybody says that my heart is doing better? Who has ever seen where their cardiologist is telling them that it looks like your heart is repairing itself? Who has ever seen someone who suffered a stroke and they put micronutrients in their body and they start feeling better? I think we have a solvable solution here to many problems. So once again, it's very simple. Just get back to the person who invited you to this discussion. And it costs like $5,000 to become an affiliate. No, excuse me. That's the previous company that I was with. It's about $500 to become an affiliate. No. Dave Nemelka, the CEO, corrected me on that before. It's $50. Excuse me. It's $50 to become an affiliate with this company. And I think it should be more than that, but it isn't. It's $50. We recommend that you buy the Dr. Prasad's Choice bundle so that you become a product of the product. And anyone that you introduce the opportunity to, they're going to say to you, how did you start? And if you can answer that question, generally speaking, they will do whatever you do. So it's a good way to get yourself in the business. And take a snapshot here of the July events and invite your guests to these events. Invite everybody that you know to next week's discussion, because I guarantee you that if you get them to the meeting next week where they hear and see the evidence that there's a connection between the gut and the brain, they're going to join you. They're going to join you in this business, no question about it. Because when Jeff presents the information you're going to hear next week, it's going to be life-changing. So right now, you can take charge of your tomorrow, today. This is an opportunity that is a rare opportunity. We're literally in the sub-basement with this company. There's less than 2,000 distributors in this company. And the people who study opportunities say that if there's less than 100,000 distributors in a company, by the time you come in, you have a great opportunity. Less than 100,000. You understand that? We're in less than 5,000 category right now. So you're not ground floor. This is the sub-basement. We haven't even reached ground floor level with this opportunity as of yet. So tomorrow is going to come whether you do something or not. Next year is going to come whether you do something or not. The question is, will you be in charge of your financial future? And I believe that you will be if you take advantage of this opportunity right now. For my wife and I, it's been life-changing. We now have twice. This is the second time that we've created a six-figure residual income with network marketing opportunities. And the reason is not because of my greatness, because I don't think I'm all that or anything, but the product works. Because this wouldn't be worth its salt if the product didn't actually work and it wasn't actually changing people's lives. But it is. And as a result of it, I'm not ashamed to say that we live in a nice home and have a nice car as a result of helping people. I'm not ashamed of it at all. So that's just where we are. And whatever is the life-changing different situation for you is, be it $500 a month, be it $10,000 a month, or 20 or more, like Jeff. Jeff is the only ambassador in the company. And I'm not even going to tell you what they make in this company, but they exist. And he won't be the only one for long, because Bernard has made a declaration that that Jeff's time at the pinnacle has come to an end. So consider yourself warned, Jeff. Bernard has spoken. And yeah, I know. Yeah, don't even try to hide your face on that one, because you know you said it. And that's a reality. You're gunning for it.
Let's do it. Let's make it happen this year.
Yep, we're gunning for you, Jeff. That's all it is. Just consider yourself warned. Alfreda's
I don't think Alfreda too far behind it.
No, it's absolutely right there. And Jonathan, I sent you over some of the new graphics from the compensation and some screenshots that'll help with presentations like you're doing tonight. So fantastic.
Absolutely. I will. I'm going to update that and get that ready to go, ready to rock and roll. But I'm like, well, as long as we got you here, why do we need me at all for these kinds of things? So,
but I'm looking for my replacement, and I see 3 people here on the screen with me. So.
Well, I'd like that.
In fact, just as soon as I said it, it's like I got 2 other people on here that need the same graphics. So
that's right. We're gonna make this happen.
I need to put you guys to work. Okay, so I got a question. I've just had an epiphany this weekend after talking to someone that's a real social media marketer. I had a gentleman give me 100,000 leads, and they're in Fiverr. Have you heard of Fiverr, Jeff?
Yes, you've heard of Fiverr. Hang on 1 second, Alfreda. Let's see if anybody's got a question about this opportunity first. So if someone's got a question about this opportunity or what was said, now's your chance to ask this question. Otherwise, Alfreda's getting ready to put Jeff to work. Okay. All right. So no one's jumping up about the opportunity. So go ahead, Alfreda.
Okay. So the file was so big, I can't download it to my computer or anything, but I can look at it in Telegram, because I think it just hangs out there in the universe. It doesn't attach to my computer. But the thing is, what are the rules with that list? Because it has their name, email, their address, their phone number. And I'm thinking the links and the pictures that we have here. I want to start posting stuff on Facebook, and I know I can't put a link to a video. I have to say for them to DM me for more info. But these pictures that are these advertisements that they were giving us in the past, we can put them on Facebook or social media.
That's what they're created for. You go right to your app. It's all there in the app. They're created for you. You've got different marketing campaigns that are very, very professional looking. But it comes down to people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And
well, it's on my page. Oh, you're talking about for the Fiverr.
This is anybody. It's just across the board. People do business with people they know, like, and trust. And so you need to start there with that list. Do they know you? Do they like you? Do they trust you?
No.
Yeah. Well, so
how do you work that list? That's what I'm saying.
Exactly. Go ahead, Bernard.
Hey, Jeff. Actually, I'm in that scenario that you're in, Alfreda. The thing that I've learned in this industry is that we're in a situation where now they're very hard on people with spam. You're going to have to call them personally and get permission to share anything that you want to share with them individually. To send out a big list today with the red flags up everywhere you go. So anyone that's on here, if you have a list of people, don't be afraid to call up that person and see whether they're looking for a home-based business. That's all you want to know. Are they looking for a part-time or full-time business, home-based business? And would they mind if you share something with them, some information that perhaps can help them in their quest to find their business? So talk to them before you send them out on any social media, because somebody's going to be destined to actually complain about you by name, and that you gave them unsolicited attention on a social media marketing platform.
Okay, so they're on Fiverr and they were under the affiliate marketing part. So, but I can call them first based on, I got your name. I from you, I can tell them where I got it.
Yep.
Right. And say that I saw that you were interested in hearing about affiliate marketing. So, and then I'll I know where to go from there.
Yep.
And
Okay.
it's
Good
critical to
information
do that.
also for everybody with their LinkedIn, with their Facebook or whatever. Everybody has information, have people to connect with that they can get permission to extend to them a little bit of information.
And then go ahead.
Just realize that you're not just representing yourself, you're representing Dr. Prasad, you're representing this company. And if you do it wrong, nobody will be able to get through to them.
Well, that's why I'm asking.
Yeah.
So, so that one I got to do phone calls the traditional way. I got them. They said they are looking for affiliate marketing. So on my Facebook page, though, I'm posting the social media things and then just saying DM me for more info.
Yes,
right?
you can do that. I did a couple of weeks, a couple of workshops on this too, Alfreda. If you're working social media, you want to establish yourself as a source for this kind of information also. So generally speaking, if you provide 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of information about affiliate marketing, just in general, then you specifically come and bring your affiliate marketing information in on maybe the 5th or the 6th time, and then maybe share a testimonial. That's one of the things that can that will draw people to you. But otherwise, if all you do is just jump out there and just start sharing information, people are like, okay, here she is trying to sell something again. But you want to give information away on a post on Monday, give information away on a post on Tuesday, give information away on a post on Wednesday, and then on Thursday. Then by Friday, now, you know what? Here's a company that I think you ought to take a look at. And then here's the reason why. Here's information about their compensation plan. And then back on Monday, you start again, give away free information. So set yourself up, be a resource of information. Then people will be more prone to hear when you've got something specific to say.
Okay, so like the one, be healthy, be happy. You're saying just post that and don't put any, don't say anything, contact me.
You can, yeah, you can do that, but there's another
in your head, no.
There's another way to do it that I'll share that my suggestion with you on that one. So, but go ahead, Jeff.
I was just going to say there's more to it than just that. I mean, if it takes you an extra week or an extra 2 weeks to really work on someone, it's better than going out there and trying to do 50 people at once, or there's just, it all comes back to people do business with people they know, like, and trust. And if they don't know you, how can they like you and how can they trust you? And so that's what you're doing, is just investing yourself into those relationships that you have with others.
Yeah, we'll have it fast.
I'm doing 2 different things. I'm doing my social media. The people do know me, and Fiverr is the ones that I have to call and get permission. So I'm not talking about them right now. I'm talking about
the same. It's the same either way. I mean,
yeah. Well, if I post, I have people on there that don't know me. I'm putting it just in my feed, right? I'm not DMing them.
Right. Yeah. You can put that in your feed. I understand what you're saying now. You can put that in your feed, and that will be that'll be fine. But there's a specific way to do so. Let's have this discussion. I'll give you a call, and let's do some screen shares, and I can show you a couple things that will help you to do what you're trying to accomplish.
Yeah, because I want to do this on the weekends and Thursday. That's the only time I'm going to have. And then because I did it with something else, and I already have somebody that's interested. So I want to do it,
Okay.
and she contacted me after just seeing a post.
Okay, perfect. That can be done. Jocelyn has a question before we wrap up here, but
Yes, as it relates to what Miss Alfredo was saying, would you also say once making a phone call, most people are like me. Nowadays, we don't answer numbers we don't recognize. So a short, what I think call it the elevator spiel or something short and sweet could be left. Like she said, they're on a list that said they're interested in not network marketing affiliate program. So she can kind of sort of say that's what she's doing on the voicemail, correct?
Where'd they go?
Yes, I would answer that correct. You don't know how many calls that I screen that same way. And if they come in and start saying, hey, I heard you were looking for a business opportunity, it's just like, I wouldn't even finish listening to the message. I want to hear what it is that they're bringing to me. And so if they start out with, did you realize that there was something out there that could protect us from radiation poisoning? Did you realize that, make it different than, hey, this is just another opportunity, because we all, that's
even better. I like that. I think I'll go with that one just to say, about the radiation poison. You don't even have to mention the affiliation part, do you?
Nope.
Oh, that sounds good. Thank you.
Well, I'm looking for.
Get them, Miss Alfredo.
I am, because I'm tired of working. I'm tired of working for other people.
Well, then this is the way to do it.
Yep.
We found the right way. We found the right opportunity that will make it possible.
A week. Well, I'll be happy if I get one person a week.
One person a month will change your life.
I know, but I'm on the fast track.
And don't discount that trust that you're building with that person, because that person has a door behind them that has as many or more people than you know. It's just got to develop that trust, so they open the door behind them and introduce you to their people. You'll never run out of names if you know how to build relationships.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Okay, let's talk about it in a few minutes. Alfreda, give me a call in about 10 minutes, all right?
All right.
Thank you, everybody. Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff.
Bernard.
Thank you, Alfreda. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Good night.
Alfreda.
This is the best company on the planet to work with. I can tell you that right now. I enjoy working every single day that I do work. I'm enjoying it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much, Jonathan.
That's good. Thank you all.
Good night, everybody.
Everyone have a good evening.
Good night.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.